Muted. I hope that worked. Should have. There we go. Alright, so we've got notifications. So I don't think anyone's in yet, but welcome everyone to Inter's Tier 2 round 16 at France. I see a car leaving as well. I can't. I'm Almighty Gob. I'll be your commentator tonight, joined tonight by Scotty. Scotty, how you going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. You're the main comms for tonight. As you can sort of hear, my voice is starting to go on me, unfortunately, so I'll be your side man for tonight. But obviously I know this Tier 2 grid very well, and as we know, we've got a very, very hot Tier 2 championship fight for Mercy and Marty B, so can't wait to see how we go in the sprint round for France.
Mercy, oh, it's gonna be a good race. I can't say I've watched too much, been able to catch too much of Tier 2 this year, but just looking over some of the names, there's some quick guys in there, and some good friends of mine that I just hope have good races. I've got a question for you, mate. Luke Fallow, is this his first race for Inters?
I believe it is. Just having a quick look at the standings, I believe it is. So hopefully he can do well. We saw Liquid Jake on debut a few weeks ago do a really nice debut performance as well. So yeah, it'd be good to see if Luke, if it is his debut, put in such a good performance in as well.
I have had him as a driver in other leagues, and he is one that is very, very keen on racing, and I'm actually really excited to see how he goes in this. Hopefully the young fella has a good crack. 50-50 chance he's got his whole family in his room watching with him. So yeah, it's a racing family, that one, but I think Swiss Lord's going to be the one to take us off first. Let's get some detail up. No, lap data, that's the one that I want up. So Swiss Lord raced last night, but I believe DNF'd reasonably early, or had a bit of a tough run here. So looking at I can't think of the word. Looking to just, get a bit of something back from France for the Mercedes team.
Yeah, P10 in the sprint and DNFing, unfortunately, at the in the feature, and unfortunately he's invalidated his lap early as well. So
Yeah,
he's turned his battery off nice and early, so he'll go for another run later on.
I think it's Kelly or Yusuf. It'll be Yusuf, I think.
And
Yeah,
just having a look, we've got a couple of other drivers that have invalidated. So as you more than well know, last night, Gobby, penalties, track limits on this track can be very, very costly with time penalties. I think you ended up with
11
you ended up with
seconds.
11, but
Yeah.
considering what the 5 second was,
Bit
at
of a dodgy
least 6.
A dodgy 5. I'll cop the 6, but yeah, dodgy 5 there. But 11 seconds, it is what it is. But this track is, yeah, there's a couple of turns that I know you just run it a little bit too hard, and you just go a little either way. But it gains you a lot of time if you do. There is one corner that you can kind of cut. I can't think of what way. It's on the back as Yusuf goes a 130.3. Alright, that's quick.
Yeah, the informed man, Yusuf winning last time out in Vegas, and he's been in really good form. Same as Toddy. Those two have pretty much been matching Mercy and Marty B. So they've been really good, considering that we just had Hell Month. Not too obviously the last 4 weeks, and Toddy and Yusuf really the two standout drivers for that particular event. And yeah, be interesting if Toddy can get anywhere near Yusuf's time, as yeah, 30.3, very quick time at the moment.
Yeah, 30.3 was around what around top 5 were doing for. I think I did about a 30.1 in quali. So 30.3 is a quick lap, and that's only a banker too, I dare say. So,
Yeah. Pole last night, tier 3 was
oh,
from
busted.
Bang's, yeah, Buster. Still not quite the tier 3 pole yet. Bang did that on a 29.6, but Buster, she's shown some good speed as Mercy goes, 29.8 as well, only just behind, but yeah, Buster, good form. The races haven't gone his way though, so hopefully he can have a good one tonight.
Yeah, nah, Buster, good enters OG, OG there, been around for a long time, so hopefully, yeah, hopefully he can have a good race. Trying to Broseph has come across. I think we've got another Alfa Romeo. Granny's about to cross the line. We do have a few reserves in for tonight as well. I'll just run through the list real quick. Where is the check-in? There is the check-in. Alright, so we've got... Is Sam in? I didn't even see Sam.
No, he must have been a laid out Sammy. It's not in the list at the moment.
AlphaTauri, yeah, no, I can't find him. Is there only one AlphaTauri? There's only one AlphaTauri out there, so... but Luke Fallow, Jake J, I think that is Haas, Liquid Jake, Granny, JTE, Domore, Shadow's meant to be in there, or RXX, I think he may have been a pull-out. Yeah, he is, which is Domore, Quiet Cake in the Aston Martin, and yeah, that's it. Few out at this point. Alright.
Yeah, and unfortunately we had a couple that are either joining late in quality or unfortunately won't be able to make it in terms of time, unfortunately. But we still got an 18 car field, which is really good to see. As I'm just trying to see if we can find one. I think Quiet Cake's just about to finish his lap, hasn't set a banker yet in the Aston, so...
He did have some pace here last night as well. I did have, was doing a little bit of chatting with him before the race, and yeah, or during, he did have some pace. 30.3.
Yeah, good lap. First banker for him, P4.
Battlecat's come through, but I don't know if he seems to be... Oh yeah, I think he's...
Daniel Star's just about to start a lap, so if you don't mind, I'll take him through a lap of this
Yeah, no worries.
5.842 kilometre circuit.
I'm on with him now.
So we got two DRS zones. First one being the start-finish straight. As we come into the turn one, can be quite a tricky corner as he goes left then right. Turn two, very easy to invalidate on the outside. As we get a bit of a run into the 3, 4 and 5 complex of corners. Need a bit of downforce there, very easy to go wide out of turn number 5 and then easy to lose the rear end in turn 6 and then the little kink of turn 7 to get onto the back straight. DRS now for the Williams. So this is one of your opportunities to make an overtake on this particular track. As you can see, getting over to the right-hand side to make the left-hander a little bit more open as he navigates that chicane quite nicely out at turn 9. Here's your second straight. If someone has a bit of a moment through the chicane, potentially a move through here as Mercy goes a 29.4. Great lap from him. As we take flat out turn 10 and then the long hairpin of turn 11. Multiple different lines you can take through there, so you could get an opportunity to make an overtake, and then the twisty third sector, turn 12. Very easy to go wide off the right-hand side there, but keeping it very nicely as he comes through turn 14, and then quickly switch back to turn 15, the right-hander. That will open it onto the start-finish straight. DRS once again. And we'll see where Daniel starts. Been a clean lap so far. He crosses the line. He goes into the top 3 just behind his teammate on a 130 flat.
That was a really good lap, that one. He did run the left a little on the wide side, but he carried a lot of pace through there. That's also that back chicane was whew, chef's kiss right there.
Yeah, you definitely need a if you can get a good solid banker, as I said, people are probably going to invalidate a lot of their last flying laps, just trying to push over the edge, and it's just a matter of getting your lines right. It doesn't have to be a perfect lap, but if it's a really solid lap, you'll put yourself right up there that you can sort of throw it as Yusuf goes into P2 on the front row. So that's a great lap from him,
Yeah, good.
continuing his really good form. But Mercy still just over 2 tenths ahead of Yusuf and Buster.
Yeah, that's a quick lap. I think it was ads or someone just put in the chat that the sandbags are officially off for Mercy. So
Yeah, Bros have said that, and it's going to be interesting to see if Mercy, because if we've got a feeling that he's missing next week, from what I'm told, he needs to really score some decent points in this sprint round to just gap Marty B a little bit, being that the gap is only 13 points, 187 to 174. Pretty sure I've been saying this every week on comms, but really hoping for Marty to try and pick up his first victory of the season. We're trying to
uh,
wish it in.
I would
Problem is,
love for Marty to get a win today.
yeah,
That would be
the only bad
fantastic.
Yeah, the only bad thing is we keep getting quick drivers coming into Tier 2, Toddy, Yusuf and the like, so he's really struggling, but it's his consistency that's keeping him in this championship fight. So it'd be great for Marty to be right up there. And yeah, let's see, depending on how everything goes, obviously, the sprint 9 laps, you sort of just want to make it through without any damage, give yourself a good run for the feature. Obviously, only the top 8 score points in the sprint. So every little bit counts, but it's more so quality position that you want for the feature. So, and especially because we know, being France, you barely get any safety cars as
Oh,
Liquid
Liquid
Jake.
Jake, 29
Yeah,
point.
yeah, I think his good race was Baku, I believe. Not sure if he raced last time out in uh, Vegas. No, he didn't. So Baku, I think, was his last race, and he showed some good speed there. So he's continuing some good form, 29.5, and only a tenth off our championship leader at the moment as well.
Swiss Lord just puts himself into 6th with a 30.1. That's a good lap by him. But speaking of Marty B, he is just started a lap, and I actually think he's out now. Oh, he's just invalidated. Sorry, Marty. I apologise now.
Yeah, as I said, you're just trying to carry the speed through 1 and 2, and unfortunately, you just go that little bit wide, and it's just an easily invalidation in
I
quality,
was
and
gonna
it's
say,
an easy
it's
warning in the race.
easy to do. We've all done it. Happens to the best of us. I'll still apologise though, because he's probably spewing at me for being on him at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Toddy improves to P5, sorry, 29.8. Next driver into the 29s. So very, very close. But as I was saying before, uh, very hard to get a safety car around here, being that there's so
Woods are
much
so far
runoff. There's
away,
so
yeah.
much there's so much runoff everywhere. So you won't really see intervention of the safety car. And we do know that it's we got clear skies for all sessions tonight. So it's just gonna have to be tyre strategy, and depending on which way. So that's why you may find more guys possibly starting on the hard tyres and trying to come back through. But it's definitely going to be interesting to see how they go with it all.
I will say that. So I had that last night. I went for the same thing, and yeah, that early safety car, not coming in on that early safety car, kind of killed me, because it brought me back out in traffic. But yeah, I think a VSC, you're more likely to see a VSC here, because just potentially waiting to re-enter track. I do
Yeah,
think this track does have, if the differences in downforce is going to be interesting here. Okay, I'm pretty sure I went too high on the aero, but I felt beautiful, and I just kept getting caught in the corners behind everyone. So yeah, this setup does play a big part in how your race here is going to go.
yeah. I'm just on board with the Williams of Buster at the moment, getting a lovely tow from his teammate. Shame that he sort of lost that time as he slid through the turn 6, the corner before the back straight. So, be interesting to see what his time is when he comes across the third sector line, as he's about even. So that toe would have helped, but I think the slide out of turn 6 hurt him just as much as we come through the final sector now, and this is the part where your high aero would have really helped.
Oh yeah, it felt beautiful through here, but what I was just about to say as well is expect a toe back for Daniel Starr on his next lap too. So
Yeah, as Buster comes through the final corner, we'll see if he's improved his time in the final sector. He's only a couple of tenths away off Mercy, and he did improve in that final sector, but didn't do a personal best, so stays P4.
I can't actually see how much time's left. A minute 58. So there's a whole lot of outlaps happening here now. I've got to try and figure out who's going to be first over. Golly.
Yeah, there's a minute 45 left on the clock, so it's going to pretty much be flat out for these last couple of minutes.
Right, so I've found someone on a current lap, and it's Santa. So I'll just sit on with him for now. Oh wait, there's a Haas up ahead. Outlap. Ferrari.
No, you're
definitely
definitely...
outlap.
Callie's just about to cross the line. Sorry, around the final corner to cross the line. So he's currently slightly up on his time, bit of DRS. So only 13th with the Aston driver. Can he move up the front? He moves up a couple of spots, but stays outside the top 10.
Right, so I think the next three are all outlaps.
Yeah, it's Lane Sanders next, and he's 3.5 tenths up on his time, which will put him just inside the top 10, but he might actually get a nice toe if he doesn't get a bit of aero wash from the car in front. DRS, he might have timed this lovely actually, as the AlphaTauri driver crosses the line. Still found the 310s, didn't gain anything in that final sector, but he's just inside the top 10, but a lot of guys about to start their final runs.
I got Daniel Starr about to cross the line. Here's P6. No, I think A-Dog maybe next one. Nope.
Brosep's in
Too
here,
many
validate.
blues. There is too many blues. I hate it.
McLaren.
Oh, Medi just missed. It was Medi. He just missed out on getting across the line.
Yeah, and that would have been traffic done more. Can he improve his time? He finds 2 tenths, but stays in P16. We got an Alfa Romeo. Yeah, can he improve? P13. Goes up into the top 6. Great effort from him. The Aston is done of Cali.
Jake is the next one. And then I think it's Marty.
It needs to find a 10th. Does he have that 10th in him to get pole position from Mercy? Mercy's done purple in the middle sector though, so he needs to find more than a 10th if he wants to keep this, have a chance at pole. Oh, he improves, but not enough. What about Yusuf? He goes pole 29.2. So it's back on Mercy now. Toddy invalidated, so he stays in 5th. Mercy's coming around the final corner. A-Dog moves to 13th, but what about Mercy? Can he get pole position? Back crosses the line. He finds time, but it's not enough.
Yes, it is.
Oh, yes, it is. Sorry. 29.1. The game decided to delay it for me, but great job for Mercy. 29.1. So he's definitely the man on form here, but Yusuf wasn't too far away. And Battlecat, unfortunately, he's invalidated his final run as well. What about Luke? Oh, he's hit the wall, and he had invalidated as well. So quali over, Mercy, leading from the front pretty much the entire way, but he had a big challenge from the Alfa Romeo driver behind him.
Yeah, that was those are quick laps. Going off the times, it seems like these two might skip away a little bit, but I'm looking forward to this. This battle mid pack is going to be a good fight, and I will be keeping an eye on where Marty B ends up locating himself early on, and keeping an eye on it. But I just realised that it's a sprint again. I
Yep.
forgot, and then remembered. So this sprint's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to this. So who do we got? All right, so we got Mercy coming across the line first over Yusuf, then Liquid Jake in P3 with Buster on the second row with him, Toddy in P5, Granny in P6. Daniel Star, P7, Battlecat 8, Swiss Lord, I've got 19 seconds now. P9, Quiet Cake P10, Santa 11, Marty B 12, A-Dog 13, Kelly 14, Broser 15, Donmore 16, Lukey Fellow in 17, and Medi in P18 just missing out on getting a time in. And I mean, just missing out on getting a time in. Spewing for him.
Yeah, he was obviously the one late to qualifying, and obviously that must have didn't quite get out in time, but at least he'll have his setup ready for these two upcoming races. But gonna be interesting how we go. And as I said, there's not a lot of points, and you want the quality position, so you'd feel like the top few, they're not going to really be desperate for gaining positions. They're just going to want to hold and be in a decent fight for where the big points are in the feature. But it'd be interesting to see if Yusuf can jump Mercy off the line. But as we said, if you can stick with the driver in front, the DRS, two DRS zones can be really, really strong and get the overtakes. So it'd be interesting to see if some guys work together, or if they start scrapping, which they could lose the guys further up the field. So they've got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. I'm looking forward to this. Oh, here we go. We're in. I can't get anything up just yet, and we're racing. Oh, I've already got it all up. What do we have tile-wise? Because it did give you two different options here.
It looked clean, but Yusuf and Liquid Jake spotting through turn number 2, and Yusuf
Like
just
3 wide
manages to
behind.
hold. Yeah, it was a good job from Yusuf to hold on to P2, and Mercy got the good jump that he needed. As we're all facing the right way. Bryce getting past Luke. A little bit of contact in the rear, but at the moment Mercy got the jump that he wanted. But here comes the toe from Yusuf, and that's a big, big toe. And Yusuf, with a bit of battery, gets the move down the inside and will take the lead into turn number 9.
Toddy's just made the move on Buster as well. Oh, and I think there might have been a little touch there, but they seem to have gotten through. Yeah, they have. Oh, looks like there's a bit of a fight down the back. Marty being
Mercy
Oh,
and
and they've
Yusuf
gone
up the
3
front.
wide with Granny. Far out.
Yeah, it's
And
definitely
Cake's just run it wide. Oh, they're about. They're 2x2 here, going through the last sector. Marty Ballard can't even tell who's in it at the moment.
Yeah, Callie and Marty on side by side. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, and there's an Alpine throwing it through as well.
Yeah,
Oh,
Medi
and he's
trying
running right off the track on the main straight though. Sorry to cut you off there, Scotty.
no, that's right. And he'd have to give that position back. He did lift off. Obviously, can't gain an advantage off track, but obviously starting from the back, you definitely knew Medi was going to start further up the field. So obviously Medi up into P14, and interesting that a lot of the guys went soft tyres. So obviously tyre wear mustn't have been as bad yesterday is what I thought it could be. But yeah, a lot of them starting on the mediums compared to the a lot of them starting on the soft compared to the mediums. But Toddy's on his charge.
I was just about to say Toddy's just about to make the move on Jake, as Yusuf's about to make the move on Mercy as well.
We're 2x2 up the front.
They're still 2x2.
Yeah, great
Oh,
battling up
good.
the front.
Yeah. And but
And
that's brought Buster right into this as well. And Liquid Jake still
oh,
throwing that ass around as well.
yeah,
Buster's jumped into this party. Oh, that's a great camera angle. That one, far out. Oh yeah, the up top.
the one thing I am noticing though is a lot of these guys have burned a lot of battery, and there's one particular driver in the top 5 that is playing it really, really smart. So obviously we've still got 7 laps of racing left to go. So that's a bit of a lunge from Buster.
Oh, I think there
Bit of
might have been a touch there.
yeah, and I think that's going to help Battlecat get the run on him into turn number 1. Busted a little bit too much straight line speed, so he has to fall back in line just the Battlecat, but right up in this battle as well. And this top 3 or 4 gapped, but because they're battling so hard, it's actually
I was
brought
gonna say,
the
no, they're all
midfield back in.
to P9. They're all within a second of P9, and DRS would be available now as Luke Fallow gets a 3-second time penalty.
Yeah, the 2 at the back already with 3 seconds, and we're only lap 3, so
But
got to
the
be
DRS,
careful with track limits.
the DRS on this back straight is big. So if I'm staying away from the ERS, I'm going to keep it. We're all us viewers. I hate to be an engineer for someone today because they're not finding ERS out from me. So,
Yeah,
but this, yeah, someone's twitching back there. But yeah, this, the DRS and ERS here is massive on that back straight. So I think a lot of the moves are going to happen there. But its top 4's kind of starting to drop Buster behind a little bit, or he's starting to fall to Battlecat. But
still not
those,
too.
oh, sorry, you go.
No, I was just going to say it's not too bad, but as soon as you fall out of DRS, that's when you're really going to start losing time to the top 4, especially if they're all in a DRS train. You use the quickest driver to keep pace with him, and then when you get towards the end of the race in this sprint, then you can start having a lunge. But as I said, you've just got to be careful and try and get your moves done cleanly, that you don't cost yourself too much time to the guys in front that you're catching.
Yeah, nah, bang on. Toddy's really pushing Jake through here at the moment, but I can't really tell who's got the downforce and who's not, because Buster's brought himself back into this party as well.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
There's a bit of a move happening down underneath.
But Liquid Jake's really trying to hustle the McLaren. McLaren has to go defensive of Mercy, and bit of a switch back. Oh, there's contact and the passes around.
As Mercy's just got a 3 for corner cutting as well. That's not going to be fantastic.
Yeah, he might. I was going to say he might get that removed. Problem is, we won't be able to get it removed before the feature, so he's going to drop positions, unfortunately. But yeah, that lunge up the inside didn't quite work out for Liquid Jake, so he's all the way back in 14th. Mercy got away with it, but it has broken up this this top group just a little bit. Toddy now just has to try and close in to the top 2, otherwise he'll probably get eaten up by Buster and the like with DRS behind.
Battlecat. Sorry, Battlecat. This little 3, 4, 5, 6 battle between the Williams and the Red Bulls here. I'm going to try and stay away from the Red Bulls as much as possible for obvious reasons, and I think you understand why.
That'd be very nice. But just got to watch Daniel Star. I'd say watch Daniel Star on P6 at the moment, because looking at the tyre wear that I can see, the soft runners are just going to start hitting that first cliff on this lap, so they're going to start struggling a little bit. So Daniel Star looking all right, still in the top pack as well. Battlecat had a bit of a moment through turn 6, and I think Daniel Star sees his opportunity.
He's getting a good run here. Yeah, he should get this move done.
Yeah, and that was just the soft tyre sliding on the Red Bull car, unfortunately. So Daniel Star up into P5. His next person he's going to try and overtake is his teammate, so that won't be a very difficult move to do. But as long as he can stay within DRS when he's getting these moves done, watch Daniel Star on these last couple of laps, because he could be really, really aggressive.
Absolutely, and those mediums did go quite easily to the end of Yeah, I was only at about 40% through the sprint. Has
Oh,
Swiss gone round or just had a bit
no,
of a
Swiss.
moment as well?
I think. Quiet Kate went up the inside of Swiss Lord, and that sort of opened the door for Granny to actually get his way through, but he's
He's
completely
just
off
got,
track.
and Granny's just
Yeah,
got a 3 for it. That's fair. That
yeah,
was quite off track
completely
there.
off. Yeah, completely off. But top 7 still within DRS of the leader. Mercy obviously with the 3 second. Obviously not completely of his own fault, that one, but unfortunately he will get a penalty, so he sort of wants to hope this pack breaks up a little bit, otherwise he's going to drop a lot of positions.
I dare say rough, very, very rough math would be 6 or 7, but that's very rough math. It's not my strong suit. So, uh, yeah, it's unlucky, but yeah. I actually missed that. I was coming back to it. I was watching a battle down a bit further.
Oh, yellow
As Granny's
flag.
round.
Made a nice move, and has he hit the wall? He has. That's a little bit of front wing. It's not showing an end plate missing, but he does hit the wall and picks up a little bit
Oh,
of front wing damage, unfortunately. Oh, and Swisslord's had a moment, and he's
and he's
around as
round.
well. So there must have been contact in the braking zone, and then contact with another car as well that spun him. So unfortunately, he's back down into P15.
Well, Marty on these mediums as well. He's looking quite racy at the moment. He's right on Cake's clacker at the moment, so I'm expecting a move here. But they're both flashing. I think I saw both of them flashing. So it looks like Toddy's probably gearing up for a move on Mercy in a minute. Someone else just got a free, or is that down the bottom? That was down the bottom.
That was Don Moore, unfortunately. But yeah, Toddy, as Luke picks up another 3 second, unfortunately. But yeah, Toddy's that third car in the train is always difficult because the car in front's got DRS, so you really need to have better traction off the corner prior to actually get anything done. As Kelly's had an issue as well.
Kelly's
Where is he? He's had, I don't know where that is.
Yeah, that's just off turn 1.
Yeah, but how's he ended up all the way out there though?
I think it's just an over rotation there. I
Oh,
think
sorry. I thought it was the other side, but no, he's obviously maybe hit the curb and just lost it inwards. So, fortunate for Callie. Buster.
well
Oh,
defended by
Buster.
Toddy there. Looked like Toddy covered the inside a little bit, so
But Toddy had a poor exit off 9, so that allows Buster to get the inside, but it's flat out through this corner. Can they get through without side-by-side contact? There's a little bit of rubbing. Buster still has the inside line. Toddy was trying to close off the door, can't. Still has the inside. Does Buster? Nice racing, no contact there, but Daniel Starr's really closing up, and I feel like Daniel Starr really wants to get past his teammate.
I was going to say that's 3 flashing as well. All 3 of these guys are flashing at the moment, so ERS not looking good for him either.
Yeah, if you're the Williams TP, you sort of want them to switch positions, but again, this was a feature, he's one place off a podium, so he obviously feels like he's still got pace, but as I said, Daniel Starr's tyres, having a quick look, they're about 8% fresher than the guys around him, so as a bit of a thing. So obviously Daniel Starr's going to be stronger, especially out of corners of like turn 6. That traction's really important to get the run onto the back straight of turn 7. But we've got a lap and a half left to go, and it's Yusuf leading, but he's got Mercy, Toddy, and Buster, and Daniel Starr all breathing down his neck.
Yeah, sorry, I just flicked down. A-Dog got the move on Liquid Jake, I think, and Luke Fallow got the move on Donmore. So just down at the back end of the field there. But yeah, this... Ooh. Someone just took out some styrofoam there.
Yeah, not sure, but Quiet Cake up into P8, passing Marty. Medi's moved up 8 spots from the back of the field into the top 10, so he's made the progress that he needed to sort of be a contender in the
main race,
feature race. Yeah. But Yusuf, he's got one more lap really to navigate, and
Marty and Cake. Look like Marty just had to take a bit of avoiding action to not go up Cake's ass. Came a little too hot in. But, caution.
Oh, that's Broseph. He's miles off the track, but he's right to go again. Or that might have been a bit of contact because Liquid Jake's got front wing damage. Battle Cat in 7th has got front wing damage, and that's why he's struggling. Actually, he's got no front wing. There's the Battle Cat, so he's really going to struggle. So something's obviously happened in that lap.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, I didn't even realise.
Oh, and he's really going to struggle. Has to go off the racing line. So he's
Santa's
going to
got a
try.
free.
Yeah, he's going to try not to get a penalty, but he's really going to lose some spots. But
Yeah,
we're going
he
to
just
switch
dropped
to.
free then.
Yeah, I'll switch back to Yusuf because this is going to be the last pretty much major opportunity for Mercy to get past. So if he's saved any battery, this is going to be the time to use it. He's closing, he's closing. Yusuf
Yeah,
doesn't
he's got
defend.
it.
Mercy goes down the inside. I thought Yusuf would have chucked a defence up there. He doesn't, so he's going to have to really try and get the exit out. It wasn't too bad. He's going to go to the outside line.
They're
That
all
will hurt him.
flashing now.
Yeah, that will hurt him through turn 10 and 11. And not quite. Look for Toddy. Got a big run out of turn 7. He's got the inside line, but he doesn't. He's still there, though. Yusuf went a little bit wide, side by side. Yusuf holds P2, but Mercy getting the job done with the DRS.
I just saw
That's pretty
Daniel
much...
Star come rocketing into the screen from nowhere then.
Yeah, he's got so much more grip on the medium tyres, so we'll see how he can go out of the fraction zone of the final corner, but it's got to be Mercy. Great job from the McLaren driver. Pretty much sat behind Yusuf all the while, made the overtake, and he'll take out the sprint at France.
But then,
Oh, he will.
yeah, no, the 3
I, for,
is...
I forgot about the 3 second. I think he'll be happy. P5's not too bad, so Yusuf getting... I think Yusuf, that's why Yusuf didn't defend, because he actually knew he was going to get that position back. That
The
was a bit of an
3 second.
oversight. Yeah, I forgot about that pen, but Yusuf, Toddy, Daniel Star, those meetings really worked nicely at the end. Picked up 6 points, and he's definitely in contention for the race win in the feature as well.
Yeah, and just Marty B and Medi in 8 and 9 as well. They're also two that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Medi P9 especially because he climbed 9 spots in that, so this is gonna be interesting. There was some good battles there. Yep, fair call, Medi. Driver of the day in the sprint. That makes sense. Alright. Alright, so we got Yusuf, Toddy, Daniel Star, Buster, Mercy dropping down to P5 with that 3. Santa didn't actually lose anything with his 3, so did alright there. Then we've got Kate, Marty, Medi, 7, 8, 9, and Battle Cat rounding out our top 10. A-Dog sitting in P11. Liquid Jake having an unlucky run. I think maybe with a bit of a touch. I was watching a lower down battle, unfortunately. Sorry about that. Then Swiss Lord in 13, Broser 14, got Kelly in 15, Donmore 16, Luke Fallow in 17, and Granny in P18. So still geared up for an exciting race.
Yeah, 100%. Sorry, I was just doing something with the admin stuff, but yeah, Mercy obviously he's got the speed, so I don't think he'd be too worried about starting P5. Obviously I reckon we'll probably see a report for him to get his points back with the 3 seconds, I reckon. So that's probably the more important thing for him,
Yeah.
as he has put the report in, as I can see it in the Discord. So that was really quick.
Get it sorted quick. At least then you don't have to worry about it after the
Yep.
race and try and find it all. So
Oh, yeah, just have a look at it. Yeah, that was a bit of a dive bomb, unfortunately. So, yeah, he should be able to get that 3 second removed, I'd imagine. But we'll obviously have to wait and see what the stewards have to say about that. But yeah, great job from Yusuf Toddy as well. Not that he's best qualifying, and he's on the front row again. Daniel Starr as well. He went I was going to say he went the normal strategy, but he sort of went the ult with everyone on the softs, and yeah, great effort from him in P3. So Williams right up there in contention as well.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
better.
Tire strategy is gonna. I'll get onto the tires as soon as I can because yeah, this is strategy here is going to be a big call. This pit is very long, and these front guys do not want to get caught up in traffic.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. Obviously, the guys have got to be a little bit aware that with the 3 times the distance, obviously cars will be heavier at the starts, which is very easy to just wash the cars wide and understeer. So got to be careful about early warnings and early penalties because it can really cost you at the end. So we'll see who can just bring it back, maybe race 95%, and then or 90%, and then we get closer to the end if they're in in contention. We might see some more aggressive driving, but that was fantastic side-by-side action that we did see for the majority of that race, so waiting to see more of it.
So there were numerous 2x2 battles going on as oh here we go. We are racing. I see a few mediums and I see someone on the softs in P3. Alright, let's get these tyres up. A lot of mediums, not a lot of people going for the hards off the start line as Toddy's taking the lead. What a good start. Oh, there's now Medi's round.
They've saved it, but they've lost a lot of ground, unfortunately.
So, I'm not too sure who. Someone, I reckon, will have wing damage.
Quiet Cake. It's Quiet Cake.
It's Cake. Oh, he'd be spewing.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but on my little database program, it's showing that he's got front wing damage. Not sure about a couple of drivers further down in the midfield.
Oh, as Daniel Starr's come flying up. Yusuf makes the move on Toddy, and then Daniel Starr comes through and tries to make the move on both of them. He's going to look racy on these softs, as there's a yellow at the back here. Oh, looks like a bit of carnage. Swiss Lord's out, VSC.
Yeah, I think someone's done a dive bomb at the chicane. It's collected quite a few cars. Don Moore's got no front wing. Or sorry, has got wing damage. Obviously, I think Bros have had to take avoiding action, I believe. So, yeah, a few drivers caught up in that. Interesting to see how many do come into the pits to change front wing for damage. But A-Dog has dropped a spot for some reason. But anyway, so yeah, a lot of people starting the mediums. Daniel Star and Medi starting on the soft tyres. So
as Medi's coming in now.
Yeah,
could
so
be 5 second as well for speeding.
Oh, and Dunmore as well. So trying to get the
I've just realised Broseph's gotten a penalty.
Yeah, he got that. I think trying to avoid that incident at turn 9.
Yeah, no, I do.
Turn 8, turn 9.
As we are green flag racing again.
So, Yusuf obviously on the medium tyres. Daniel Starr right behind him on the softs. He'll really want to try and get past Yusuf and see if he can just brake, but it's going to be tough once we start getting a DRS train.
We'll go it. So, okay. I'm trying to think what the lap was, but I think last night on the softs, Bridgie ran him for the last quite a few laps. It was like, I think he came in at 16 with me, and he jumped on the softs when I jumped on the mediums, and they were about 66% or around 60% towards the end of the race.
Oh, watch 3 wide at turn number 10, and Toddy gets the job done. Overtaken both of them, used a bit of battery to get the job done, but Toddy takes the lead from Daniel Starr on those soft tyres. Yusuf, he's dropped two spots on this second lap, and Buster's right in there along with Mercy, who obviously copped that penalty probably unfairly, but he's still in the top five. And Marty B's championship rival right behind him in P6.
I was just about to say that Marty's managed to get himself up into P6, and he's also in this little DRS train with Cake directly behind him. And well, I've done enough racing with Cake to know that yeah, it doesn't matter what tier, he's gonna be fighting. So you know, that's gonna be a good little battle there. They've
Yeah,
dropped
Battle
a
Cat.
dog behind who's come up to P8 as well. He's had a bit of a climb off the start, but
I was
a
just going
good.
to say Battle Cat gets past Brosa for P9, and both of those drivers are on the hard, so they're going to go long. As I said, you sort of see their season, maybe safety cars on the opening laps around here, but once the gap starts spreading out, yeah, you barely see it as Daniel start up on those soft tyres with DRS. He'll take the lead on lap 3.
As I was going to say, Matty's come in to. He's had to. I don't think it's changed his wing, but he's served his 5 while he was at it as well. So that takes that out of the question. But I also realised he's also got two. He's got 2 sets of medium. He should have 2 sets of mediums for this race, Matty. So he
No,
could
he
he
won't.
could go medium to the end
No,
of the
he
race.
won't. With the sprint format,
Oh,
unfortunately, you don't get your 2 mediums. So that's one sucky thing with this particular format is, yeah, you don't get a second mediums for the feature race because it done. Even if you don't use the mediums in the sprint, it doesn't let you use it in the feature for whatever reason.
that sucks. Well, I'm glad I didn't go the softs to keep them in the main race. But yeah, no, this good lit. Yeah, this top 7, they're all just hanging in.
Yeah, some good little battle packs here. Battle Cat and Callie, Broseph as well. All Luke has.
Luke's out. That's a safety car. That's full
That's
safety.
That's in the pits, I believe. Like in either coming out of the final corner or trying to enter pit lane. I don't know where that is. His car's gone, so I'd imagine he have to do that out. He must have done that out on track.
I feel, yeah, no, I reckon I can see an indentation on that wall on the inside, so I think potentially he's just over-rotated and put himself in that wall there.
Yeah, unfortunate for him, but that means a safety car. Do these guys stop? Is it a little bit too early to try and go to the end? Especially because it'd be a decent shout, but how much time are they going to lose towards the end if they don't stop again?
I thought what does Daniel Star do here? Does he take advantage of having the safety car stop and go into the hards?
See, that's the thing. He'd be the one that would have to do it. You wouldn't, you wouldn't see the hard runners do it. The mediums maybe are a chance.
I think the mediums, I think, could go a good another 10 or so laps, probably even a bit more.
Yeah,
So I think the medium runners would be silly to come in. I think it's a bit early for them, but he might be able to.
he
Is
comes
coming.
in.
Is coming in,
I thought,
and he's the only one that is.
oh, and that is a report for Quiet Cake because he's completely gone around the corner and then cut back and cut the line to enter pit entry.
Liquid Jake
So,
gets a 5, speeding in pit lane.
so that is a report for Quiet Cake. Yeah, that's a bit of a no-no.
Actually,
So,
I missed that.
yeah, so
To be
yeah,
honest.
Quiet Cake unfortunately tried to cut, but Daniel Starr obviously comes out P10, not too bad on the hards. Obviously, he can go to the end, but it's going to be tough with how far that those tyres have to go.
I think he might be wanting a later safety car, but he does have the advantage of he'd want to clear as much of the field on these super fresh hards. Oh, but he would still have a set of mediums too, so he can go
He's got
hards
to,
till
yeah,
about 13 or like to the late teens, and then go onto the meds again.
problem is he's lost that track position up in P10, so
Yeah,
unless he can really fight his way back up to that top group,
I think yeah.
I don't feel like he wants to make another stop unless there is an intervention of either a VSC or a full safety car, I think. And even then, I think he'd try and take cards and then maybe go on to a back of softs if he kept a clean set from quali or a relatively fresh set from quali. So I think you'll find Daniel Starr's having a bit of a punt here, and yeah, I think he didn't. Lap 1 safety car wouldn't have mattered if he got a safety car, but this lap 4, lap 5 safety car sort of hurt him because no one else was really going to follow him in, being how fresh the mediums are still. And yeah,
I was gonna say you're
it's an
the
awkward time.
what are the medium, but like what's Toddy's medium percentages? Because that's probably who would be comparing his time to, considering that's where he was at on the softs. So
I mean, on average, looking at all the medium runners, are about 13 to 15%.
yeah, so they've still got some good life in them. And like my like the mediums last night, they did feel really nice. Even at 40%, I was still getting some good pace out of them. So yeah, it's a dice roll. It is a big dice roll. Because I mean, well, 5 laps it. Like Battle Cat and Brosa for 5 laps on the hards. What's their wear at?
They're only a couple of percent behind the mediums as well. So then it's not a massive difference, but it'd be a little bit of a pace difference in terms
Yeah.
of the tyre compounds. I will say Daniel Starr's softs did hit 20% when he did come in. So they're only about 5% higher than the guys he was probably racing around, but obviously they were
Suspect
going,
sauce.
yeah, they were going to go probably fairly shortly because he would have been off that, he would have been approaching that first cliff fairly shortly, probably even when we got back underway. So I think it was a smart call from Daniel Starr. The gamble didn't pay off starting on the softs, but it may actually work out depending on how he can keep these hard runners, these hard tyres in shape. If he can get some moves done.
A-Dog's just overtaken him.
Yeah, not sure about that. Not sure if that was a bit of lag or whatnot, but Daniel Starr won't be entirely happy with that because
I did catch that on the stream.
Yeah, A-Dog's now effectively I'd say net race leader who's made a stop. So yeah, Daniel Starr won't be happy with that. Not sure what happened there, if there was a lag or not, but obviously safety car in this lap. Toddy, he'll lead us away. He's been doing that quite a bit as of late, and he's got Yusuf behind, who's pretty much been right in that position as of late, as well as I think A-Dog sorted that position out. So Daniel Starr takes P10 again. Hopefully we don't have any silly 5-second time penalties with the guys just trying to sort themselves out, but
Yeah.
interesting to see when Toddy does go, can he get the foot down and try and get a bit of a gap to the guys behind.
This does help with anyone who's burnt a bit of battery in the past few laps as well. So he's holding them up late. I reckon he'll go just on the other side of the corner. Oh, he's pulled it up. Very slow.
Yeah, just got to remember to be a constant speed for Toddy, so he probably will either go out of the corner.
I didn't have telemetry up. Oh shoot, sorry.
No, that's
sorry,
alright.
guys.
It shouldn't be too bad, but Toddy, he gets back underway and got about a half-second gap, which is what he would have wanted, but Buster having to really defend from Mercy. Mercy gets.
I was going to say he was pushed off there a little bit.
Yeah, and opens the door for Marty as he gets a better run through turn 2, so Marty and Mercy championship leaders side by side through turn 3. Mercy left him in just enough room on the outside line and holds that position, but he's lost a little bit of time from the top 3 in front. He's got to try and catch back up.
Toddy's gotten a good jump on Yusuf off of that safety car restart as well. Caught him napping a little bit, so.
Oh, but that looked close. Marty was attempting a move on Mercy, and Callie nearly had the run on both of them, but they settled down. All Battle Cats had a bit of a moment, so Broseph gets the inside line going into turn number 10, but doesn't quite have the top speed, so Broseph might be running just a little bit more downforce, which hurt him just right at the end of that straight there.
Yeah, he's got Daniel Starr chomping at his gearbox as well, looking to make that move.
Yeah, and he knows he needs to get on and move on if he wants to be in the fight with the guys at the end, because as I said, he'll have a gap when those guys in front box, but they will be on probably quite a bit fresher tyres, being that they'll extend this medium stint. And you never know, some guys might actually stay out and actually do a medium soft with the interventions that we've had so far, but Liquid Jake gets past Granny. Liquid Jake was looking good in the sprint till he had that moment at the middle chicane, so we'll see if he can fight his way back through.
Granny looks like he's about to get eaten up by A-Dog as well. A-Dog happy to just sit for now.
Back at the front, looking alright. Obviously no DRS for another lap.
The gap's starting to form.
Yeah, watch Daniel Starr. He's got the run on the inside.
Is he gonna go for the double?
Nah, not quite close enough. But that inside light compromises his exit. Has a bit of a moment. Broseph gonna try and get him back, but I think just the drive from Daniel Starr. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Yeah, maybe also a little bit on the button just to make sure. But again, if Broseph's running a little bit higher to the guys around him, he's going to struggle a little bit if he doesn't get the best exit. And Daniel Starr up in the P8.
And Yusuf is right on Toddy's gearbox now as well. Maybe looking to line up a move in the next couple of laps, take the lead of the race. Or is had a bit of a moment by the looks of it, and Buster's trying to make a move, or has Buster missed his braking point?
No, Yusuf missed his braking point and hit in the back of Toddy, and Yusuf's got minor front wing damage as well.
Oh,
so
no.
he's just gone a little bit deep, unfortunately. So it didn't look like a big hit, but it is showing that he's got minor front wing damage. So it might not hurt him too much, but he's going to have to be a little bit careful in the final corner. He just went a little bit too deep, and unfortunately hit the back of the Red Bull. And Buster tried to capitalise, but he couldn't. But this is going to be the corner where we'll see if Yusuf loses time, but wasn't too bad through there. But Toddy 4/10, but Yusuf will have DRS, so we'll see what the drag is, and that's an easy move from Yusuf down the inside. He's now just got to watch for Buster, as Mercy's trying to make the move as well on Buster. He gets up into P3, nice move. So his next target is Toddy.
And Marty B's just sitting right behind this pack as well, waiting for his biding his time at the moment.
Yeah, as we know, his race is at the end of the at the end of the 27 laps, because he's going to spit the medium tyres at the end. So if you can just stick with this pack and then be on the softer compound at the end. Yeah, watch for Marty B to be. Sorry, Marty B's on medium. So who am I thinking? I'm thinking of the Battle Cat, who who goes side by side with Callie.
And then Daniel Starr's looking at
contact.
Daniel Starr gave him a push out of the way there.
As we got a yellow flag in the back, there was contact between Don Moore and A-Dog, unfortunately. So both of those drivers having an issue, and they've recovered.
Yeah, Daniel Starr's really flying at the moment, trying to catch and get through as much of this pack as he can. You want to get it as his. I think he might be alright. I reckon he's made the move on Battle Cat.
Yeah, Battle Cat wasn't going to fight that too hard, so Daniel Starr up to P6, and he's on the back of this train now. So when I said about that stop that he has to do, because he's on the back of this train now, he might actually be able to make a second stop. So this actually hasn't worked out too bad. Daniel Starr's gotten through the pack a lot quicker than what I thought. As we got Callie and Jake going side by side, a little bit of contact.
I'm thinking a little differently. I think Daniel Starr could maybe even afford to not come in. I don't
I,
know how those hards are going to fit. Like, they're not going to feel fantastic at the end of the race, that's for sure. But, I mean, he might be able to.
you might be able to. It just depends. It's a decent. I don't know if it's a decently long pit lane around here, but it'll on average have about a 22-second lead when everyone else comes in. But being on so much fresher tyre, surely they're a lap or two, a second or 2 seconds a lap quicker than Daniel Starr. But Daniel Starr's got his options open. He can be sort of in two minds here, but we'll see what he can do coming up onto the back of Marty now, and we'll see if he can actually close in. Obviously, his tyres will be feeling a lot fresher than the 5 in front.
That'd feel nicer. I'm actually kind of with you. I think he might even be able to run out these hards a little bit longer, come in maybe 16, 17 and go 12 on the meds.
Yeah, as he does send the nose down the inside. So Daniel
He's
start
got it.
back up into the top 5. This is a great effort from him, and he's still going to have DRS from Buster in front. So he's getting these overtakes done, and he's keeping with the top pack. So Buster is his next opponent. Surely now that they're on completely different strategies, that Daniel Starr is just eased past by Buster, but we'll just have to wait and see. Daniel Starr's just got to make sure he keeps within the 1 second.
I was gonna say he's just pulled it. He's just pulled it into the DRS, so those mediums may be starting to fall off now. And oh, did someone just go in? Mercy's in. So he's pulled the pin early.
Honestly, this isn't a bad idea if you're gonna have a really, really good undercut. So if you're Yusuf, if you're Toddy, you really need to come in at the end of this lap, unless you're really confident about extending, and then you can chase down the McLaren. But Mercy comes back out, and he's gonna have some pretty good clean air. So he's just gonna have the 2 guys coming past him now. He'll have his teammate will be one of them, which won't hold him up. So that's a smart move from Mercy. Make a little bit of the gamble, but put it in your own court. So yeah, watch Mercy, and it'd be interesting to see if these guys do come in. Excuse me, as Toddy.
I was gonna say, so it's about roughly the gap to leader. Mercy's gap to the leader now is 23 seconds. So it's roughly a 20 odd second pit lane.
100%.
So,
If you're Toddy or Yusuf, you do not need to fight each other, because that's just gonna lose your time hand over fist compared to Mercy.
yeah, they need to work together here and try to. I know it's tough, obviously, being different teams, but they kind of need to work together and try to pull away a little bit.
Yeah.
But they just can't seem to get this gap to P5. Even Marty's hanging in there.
Yeah, and I think Daniel Starr, do they all come in? 2 of them come in, 1 stays out.
Ooh.
So Yusuf's the one that stays out.
And Marty's come in as well.
Yeah, smart call. Yusuf obviously going to go a little bit longer. Will he maybe try and stretch to the soft tyres? It's going to be a difficult choice from here, but... sorry, not Yusuf, Buster. Sorry. I thought Yusuf, but no, it was Buster that stayed out, so he's going to go a lap longer. Daniel Starr in P2, so Daniel Starr has pretty much got the net lead.
I'm on with Mercy now. And he's going to get all of them.
Oh, it's going to be close, though.
Oh, yeah, just squeezes in front of Toddy. So,
and
undercut worked.
And he'll be out of gap, because Toddy's obviously going to warm up those hard compounded tyres as well. So it's just, if Toddy can keep within DRS, especially through these section of corners.
There's Liquid Jake and Battlecat.
Oh, Toddy
big snap by Battlecat.
Yeah, so Battlecat obviously having a snap fighting with Liquid Jake, but Toddy got DRS, but Mercy's got DRS on his teammate. So it'd be interesting to see if Don Moore holds up Toddy. Oh, actually, that's fair play from Don Moore. He actually got out of the way of out of both leaders. So I don't think Mercy would be too happy about that, but at least it's been clean as Toddy's right on the back of the McLaren as well, going up to turn number 10.
Donmore is a reserve as well, so
Of course.
yeah, as a reserve, as being a reserve before, you don't want to mess up anyone's championship trying to be a hero. So,
100%. As
uh,
Granny picks up 3 seconds, unfortunately, coming into pit lane, so he's obviously cut the track or something. So,
as Buster's just let Daniel Star through then as well. So,
yep. So interesting to see what Buster does now, because he's probably going to struggle to hold on to the Williams here, his teammate here, just with how much difference the tyre wear is. But having a look at the gap now to Mercy in P10, it's 20 seconds, and there are a few guys that have made their stop onto the hards that are going to try and go to the end. So Mercy's going to have a tough task if Daniel Starr does stay out. But
oh,
any sort of safety car from here on out. Oh, and I've just called it, and that's a
has just
safety
come out.
car.
And I think
Just
this plays into Daniel Starr's hands. Oh, Buster might want to back it up quite a bit. I think
so
that.
that
Sorry, you go.
sorry. As the words came out of my mouth, safety Grady crashes. But I was going to say safety car now really helps Daniel Starr,
I was going to say Buster's
and it
dropped right
also
off, so I'm expecting Daniel Star to come in.
this is going to hurt Buster a little bit, but he's going to make the time save up. But as I said, Buster's just got to be a little bit careful. He can't afford to back Liquid Jake up too much. I'm just going to keep an eye on. I'm just going to ride on board with the Haas just to make sure Buster doesn't do that, which I don't think he has. Yeah, it's about 2 seconds. So smart play from Buster. He's not going to lose a lot of time.
As Daniel Star's coming in, yep. So
Yeah, he's not going to lose a lot of time just due to the fact that the guy's going to be a quicker pit stop due to being under safety car, but just the holding isn't going to be too long. So
if the
it's probably
gap
going to
was
even
there,
out. It's probably going to
I
be even
reckon.
out. Yeah, it's probably going to even out. So we'll just wait and see who stays.
Or a little bit.
I say about 4 or 5 seconds, which is what you would have lost if you had boxed before the safety car anyway.
As Daniel
So
Star's come out, he's kept the position and on the mediums.
yeah,
So
yeah, Mercy will not be happy with that. Toddy in P3. Buster's come out in P4 as well, actually.
that doesn't play. It hasn't worked out too bad for him as Medi's slotted his way up to P5 too.
Yeah, so he stayed. So all those guys that stayed out under safety before the safety car came out, Battlecat's been able to get that as well. Quiet Cake, after his early incident, he's been able to come out, but he's on the soft tyres. He's going to have to take them a long, long way due to not having any mediums left. Yusuf's probably been the biggest loser because he's down in P8. Same as Marty B. He's coming for soft tyres as well. Sorry,
I
he's
did
just
see
like,
Marty B just came in for those soft tyres too. So
yeah, that's an interesting call, not staying out on the hards compared to Mercy and Toddy. So because he's
Yusuf did
really
have wing
lost out.
damage though too, didn't he?
Yes he
I vaguely
did, but
remember you saying that he had it, so that would
yeah,
have
but
dropped him down a
I'm
few.
yeah, true. I'm not sure if he did get that fixed in his first or his second stop, or if even if he has got it fixed because he's in AI at the moment, so I can't quite tell.
Oh shit.
Um, that's all right. But yeah, Marty, he's really lost out in terms of points compared to Mercy, but Mercy, he's going to be in a difficult spot. Daniel Starr's going to have more group, especially earlier on. So, and he's going to have a lot of guys on just slightly fresher hards in terms of Toddy, Buster, and Medi. But you're going to have some quick guys in terms of Battle Cat on mediums, Quiet Cake on softs, Lane Center on mediums, Rosef on mediums. So, going to be interesting to see if Mercy can stick with one Daniel Starr and two hold off the guys and not try and get into too much of a fight with the guys behind him who aren't quite, I won't say aren't quite in this championship fight because Toddy's really closed in after joining Red Bull halfway through the season, and he's only 60 points behind with still 5 rounds left. So I won't exactly say that he's out of it, but if he can beat Mercy on points, yeah, it'd be very interesting to see how we go.
Marty B's come back into the pits again.
So has he picked up front wing damage? He's gone on to interesting call. So he's gone on to another set of soft compound tyres.
I'm confused.
So we only
I mean,
lost one.
he
He,
does
he
have
only
points
lost.
no matter what. So
Yeah. So he's obviously getting a new set of soft tires on because he only lost one position anyway because it's 14th instead of 15th. So he's obviously trying to get the freshest softs, but yeah, just weird that he's sort of come in um, 3 times. Hang on, I'll have a
yeah,
look.
3 times.
Marty B came in off the hards, and it was for a set of soft tyres. He didn't have any front wing damage, and he hasn't fixed his front wing at all. So yeah, he went medium hards, and then soft, So yeah, his better bet would have been staying out on the hards and be in P5 or P6 rather than be all the way down the back. Because when you're trying to fight your way through the field, that's when you're going to just start getting involved in
Hard edge.
maybe contact racing a little bit, trying to make moves done. And I know he's going to have fresh tyres, but those softs are really going to struggle to go 11 laps, even with the low fuel at the end, because you really saw the softs really starting to go off at the end of the sprint, and that was only 9 laps.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to make 11 laps. But Daniel Sale will take control as the safety car is in at the end of this lap. Question is Daniel Starr, can he break Mercy? That's the thing, he needs to break Mercy, because I feel like those hards will be a little bit better at the end. But this is in Daniel Starr's.
I think he's got. I think Daniel Starr. I think that safety car came out nicely for Daniel Starr. I reckon he's going to get. I don't think he's going to get too many bad laps on those mediums.
Yeah, and he's picked up a win so far this season, Daniel Starr, along with the podium. So he's looking for his second victory, and he'd be good to do it. But Mercy, how aggressive does he go, knowing that he's in the championship fight?
He's gone. But he hasn't really caught anyone napping. They've all... Mercy's stuck with him. Get that telemetry off. Yeah, both Mercy and Toddy have stuck with him. They've kind of got a little bit of a gap out to the Williams behind. They've all seemed to just go single file, which isn't too bad. Nice and clean through the starters. Cake's about to make the move on Battle Cat. No, he's just going to sit behind. No, he is going to make the move. No, he's not. Or he is. I don't know.
No, I think Battle Cat must have slightly higher front wing, slightly lower front wing. Sorry, just giving him just a little bit of an edge down the straights. But yeah, I think that was a little bit smarter from Daniel Starr. He did a bit of a quicker restart, which allowed obviously the field spread a little bit. So that's sort of why, as Battle Cat's really hustling Medi, who's obviously on the harder compounder tyre.
Yeah, being on the mediums, he wouldn't want to get caught for too long behind these hard runners, but they're all within the DRS when it eventually gets turned back on. So yeah, this is going to be a good little 10-lap battle to finish this race off. As Daniel Starr puts down fastest lap, as then Battle Cat comes down with the fastest lap, and then Liquid Jake. Not even going to worry about it anymore. Is Marty B going to do it next? He did not. No. So yeah, no, the field sort of spread itself out a little bit here. Closest two battles I can see is Battle Cat and Medi. I think Battle Cat's going to be waiting on... He's got a good run out of that turn, but I don't think he's going to be close enough. Because Medi's right behind Buster at the moment too, so...
Yeah, but Battle Cat's really going to have a bit of an edge.
He's got a good run on him here. I reckon he might try and make the move. Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, just having the inside line helps, and that also helps because he can affect his line going into turn 11 as well, and that was an easy job from Battle Cat up into P5.
He's got himself a good little run on. He had got himself a good little run on Buster in that as well. So
Toddy's the one struggling in the top three because he's lost a second to Mercy, so he's the one going to be in trouble with Buster and his teammate behind. So it's if Mercy can stay with Daniel Star, it's going to be those two as Buster gets the run on Toddy. So Buster currently in P3 and currently it's a Williams double podium at the moment. And now it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Battlecat obviously on the medium tyres. He's going to be the quicker car. Do we see a team swap? I'd say yes because I'm the team captain. So as long as they don't cost themselves time, but Battlecat's really hurrying the pace a little bit. Didn't get the best run there.
He does have some speed at the moment though, and he will have the DRS.
Yeah, but a few of these front guys are flashing, so they've sort of been a bit greedy on this restart. And we've still got 8 laps left to go, so it's going to be interesting to see who's actually conserved their battery. But I'm seeing a lot of red numbers for a lot of these drivers, unfortunately.
Yeah, I was going to say Toddy's one of them as well. I did see his flashing. Cat's not at the moment though, so it seems he's saved a bit of ERS, but Toddy's looking to push Buster through here, so... Well, obviously wanting to catch that 1 second back up to the guys in front. As Liquid Jake's... Oh, just giving Medi a nice little push there as I flick over to him.
Yeah, and those guys have just got to be a little bit careful that if you battle too hard, quiet, Medi, Liquid Jake, that you'll lose the gap to the next group.
Sorry, Santa's just poleaxed Yusuf as well.
Yeah, Yusuf has not had the best second half of the race after that pit stop because he's right in the middle of this field as Jake and Medi go side by side. Jake gets the job done out of turn 2, so Jake into P7 on the softs, Quiet Cake on the softs as well. But I feel like those will just starting to fall off shortly, but as said, Buster still leading the pack for P3. This is going to be the fight for the podium, so it's going to be a fascinating final 8 laps, and you've got to watch your warnings because it's really going to hurt.
Yeah, as Battlecat's got a good run on Toddy here, as Toddy's also got a good run on Buster. Do they make the move?
That was good play from both Red Bulls. Yeah, Toddy got the job done. Battlecat obviously just fed in enough. Problem is he hasn't got the best exit out of turn 9.
He's still got the pace on Buster though here, and I reckon the gap might form out a little bit more with the tyre differential too, differences as well. But all three of them are flashing that little red light, so none of them have any ERS to play with, and they've dropped 2 seconds to the front 2 guys who have just danced away with this really.
They have, and it's because of this battle here, and that's gonna and Mercy's gonna like that. If he doesn't win this race, I don't think he's gonna particularly care. Just with the tyre disadvantage he's at the moment. But if this podium battle for 3rd, 4th, and 5th, they keep fighting.
Sorry, Battlecat had a bit of a moment going into the last turn there, which has brought Buster into it, but he's not going to make the move. And then Cake and Liquid Jake are just behind as well, but Jake has a 3-second penalty. So, yeah, he's going to drop a few spots. And Medi's right in on this fight too.
And see, that's the thing, because everyone's so close.
Oh, sorry, Cake just sort of, I don't know what happened there, but Cake hit the brakes, then Jake hit him, then Medi hit Jake, so... There could be some wing damage in that little group of 3 there as Battlecat makes the move on Toddy now to get onto the podium.
Yeah, but that was that he went deep Battlecat, and that sort of held up Toddy a little bit, so it wasn't organised the best, but still Red Bull currently P3 and 4. They've just got to be a little bit careful here. Quiet Cake sort of lost ground as Marty's up into P10 ahead of Lane Santa. So unfortunately, Marty's going to lose more points to Mercy, unfortunately. It's going to be quite a decent chunk that he is losing as well, with Mercy currently in P2 at the moment. But he has dropped out of DRS, actually. So Mercy won't have DRS to pull him along, so he's got to just start closing as Marty's got past Yusuf as well. So Yusuf really struggling.
Yep. And then Marty still was Liquid...
Medi's in. So Medi,
I would say that's wing damage.
yeah, didn't show up on my little thing because he hasn't got the data on. But yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely a front
wing
wing,
damage.
unfortunately. So it moves Marty up into P8 now. So I'm going to say he's losing points. He keeps gaining points, so he's not too far behind. But how are those mediums going to feel at the end? Not 100% sure. Battlecat's definitely got more pace on Toddy because Toddy's just about outside of that 1 second.
Battlecat just ran that corner wide there, though. Again, none of them have any ERS to play with, and Buster's sitting right on Toddy's gearbox, but
Yeah,
Toddy's got DRS
yeah.
off Cat as well.
Yeah, if you the Battlecat, you try and keep Toddy there. Problem is, Battlecat, he sees Mercy on old hard tyres. It's there, so he can't afford to keep Toddy within DRS and slow up. He's going to be full pace to try and catch Mercy, there is a realistic chance of a P2 here with
Yeah,
those
no,
mediums.
absolutely, and I reckon these mediums. I don't think, like I said with Daniel Starr, I don't think they have too much bad life in them. So,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's Toddy's. What Toddy has to do. That's all his job is to just keep within DRS of the car in front and let Battlecat's fresher mediums drag him towards Mercy. As Lane's now pitting, so has he picked up front wing damage? Again, I can't see anything, but he must have because those tyres are only 8 laps. So surely that's not anything. So he must have picked up front wing damage from that as well. So really unfortunate for Elaine Santa. Unless that's a front wing change. Unfortunately, Yusuf picks up 3 seconds as well. It's bad to worse, unfortunately, for Yusuf, so he won't be standing on the podium once again, unfortunately.
old bloke, he's had a bit of a mare. This one, but this little battle for P3, 2 even, seeing if he can climb back up. That gap's just hovering at about 1.6 though, so the Battlecat's not really gaining too much time. He
He's
gains it, then
not.
Mercy gains it elsewhere.
Yeah, he's not, and Battlecat's really struggling in the braking at turn 8. He keeps going just that slightly little bit deep in terms of his line, and that's just, it doesn't open up the right-hander at 9, so he's sort of losing a little bit of time there than what he probably should be. But again, he's probably just wary because it's very easy to cut inside of 8 and get a warning, so that's why he'd be just driving like that.
Yeah, playing the safe game.
Yeah, exactly right.
He is gaining that time. He does gain that time up in the last sector and through the turn. So I reckon he might have a bit higher downforce.
Possibly. And just having a look at the warnings, they are very interesting reading. I won't quite say it just yet, but I will just say Denisar is looking comfy out in front.
That's well, I mean, Daniel Starr. Well, I don't think too many of the drivers would like to hear that. Any that are listening, but Daniel Starr is. I mean, like I said, like this sort of just that safety car played into his hands, and at the moment, it doesn't matter if he gets a 3 second. I don't think, because it seems he may get that
Oh,
gap
side by
out.
side with the Red Bulls, and that's a dive bomb from Lakewood Jake.
I was gonna
Gets
say,
the job. Yeah, get the job done on Buster. That sort of, I was on board with Buster there, and that sort of caught me off guard. So, Liquid Jake, he's got past one car, and he's already on the inside of the Battle Cat. So I think that move down the inside of Toddy really slowed them up enough that Liquid Jake actually got the better run through turn 9. So Liquid Jake.
no soft tyres as well. I'm interested in that's intriguing to me. They're 9 laps old.
It hurts that he's got the penalty, but as I said, he's right up there, and if he can get past Toddy and break, he may have a chance, but sort of needs the guys around him to start picking up pens as well, unfortunately. And all the while this battle for P3 happening, Mercy's been able to claw about 4 tenths out and is on my screen looking down the start-finish straight. You've got 5 cars from Toddy down to Quiet Cake, all within a chance of this final podium spot.
Yeah, okay. Looking to make Toddy sweat a little bit here.
And I'm thinking if you're Toddy, maybe just let Liquid Jake go if he's still rocketing on those soft tyres, and maybe just try and follow him.
Yeah, I mean, that's. I reckon he just got another warning there, Liquid Jake, because he cut that corner big time. So it wouldn't be a bad call, mate. Like maybe not fight this off too much. Let him skip off and
Yeah, and he's
just
going to have a big, yeah, that's a big
yeah.
run on him. He just had massive pace. Problem is, he's got to be careful of the battle cat behind. And that's the thing, when you're
I
in
think
such a tight group, you can't just sit back behind the guy at the next corner, because then the guy behind you will try and take a lunge at you at turn 9.
yeah.
So best defense is attacking, and unfortunately, if it's your teammate, you've still got to put the attack on.
Well, as soon as Liquid Jake has taken that spot on Toddy, he's gone to 1.3 off of Mercy. So
I think that also could be a little bit on
DRS.
Mercy's. Yeah, a bit of DRS, and I think that's a little bit on Mercy as well. I think Mercy's hard, just struggling a little bit. Like Liquid Jake's tyres aren't great either, but yeah, a lot of these tyres are just starting to get to the range where they're just feeling a little bit uncomfortable to drive, and they're just going to have a little bit more sliding around. But smart play from Toddy to let him. I probably didn't have much of a choice, but if you can just sit behind, maybe save a bit of ARS.
Yeah.
Liquid Jake, he's catching. And as I said, Toddy knows that Liquid Jake's got the pen.
I think Liquid Jake is also blinking too, or he was on the main straight. Cake's
Looking
definitely
at,
blinking.
well, looking at my thing, everyone should be blinking. I think Marty B's the only one, but he's not too far as Quiet Cake picks up a penalty, so he's at the back of this train. He might have been able to capitalise, but unfortunately, he won't be making any moves, unfortunately. Watch out for Yusuf as well. On the hard tyres, he's sort of closing in on this pack as well with them fighting quite a bit. As Liquid Jake's within,
in.
yeah, he's within DRS.
He's not going to get it to the next lap, and next lap's last lap anyway.
It is. Problem is, this doesn't help Mercy, because if Jake overtakes Mercy at an awkward spot, that allows maybe Toddy, Battlecat to maybe capitalise. So yeah, it doesn't help. Mercy would have been happy to not have anybody behind him with DRS, but unless he can really pull out something in the final sector, he might be in a little bit of trouble.
All the blinks, Scotty. All of the blinks, mate,
I know.
in this top group. Like, and the worst part is, I know exactly what it's like, because last night, like, this place just drains it and does not recharge it. So
yeah, I was going to say that it's just this track as Buster.
I was going to say Jake's dropped out of the DRS of Mercy.
He's probably... Toddy's picked up 3. It was the one that was on 2 warnings for a while, but unfortunately Toddy's picked up 3. So it will now be his teammate, the Battle Cat, in the prime position for the podium.
Buster got very close. I reckon he might have gotten a warning there.
So it's going to be between Buster and Battle Cat once warnings are finalised. So will it be a Red Bull? Will it be a Williams?
I'm just going to stick on this little battle with these two now, because this is going to come right down to the end as Toddy looks to make the move on Liquid Jake. And so does the Battle Cat.
He's got to be careful. He
can't. Did he get a touch there? I think he may have gotten a touch on there, which brings Buster right into this fight now, and he's going to take the move. Is he going to take the move? I don't think he's going to.
No, it was just the slipstream from the car behind. He slipped out of it, which lost him the time, unfortunately. Oh, but he sends a big lunge down there. Though. Oh, that was a lovely move from Buster.
That's a good move. Oh, a little twitchy on the exit, though.
But that could be a podium winner as... Quiet Cake's hit.
I think he may have gotten a touch on the cat there.
Yeah, he did. Quiet Cake hit the back of the Battle Cat, but it's going to be Daniel Starr who rounds the final corner, and it's going to be Daniel Starr made the 2-stop strategy work with the safety cars, and he wins Tier 2, round 16 at France. Mercy finishes in P2, Toddy, Jake, but it's going to be Buster with the late lunge around turn 11. Awesome job, finishes in P3, and it's a Williams double podium. So Buster coming into the league a few rounds ago. He had pace, didn't have the luck in the races, but that's proved why He's definitely a favourite in a few of these leagues. And Buster finishes in P3. Great job from him. Red Bull P4 and P5. They were in
Good points.
contention. Yeah, really good points. Unfortunately, Toddy with that last lap penalty, that cost him a podium. He won't be happy with that. Battle Cat in P4 as well. I think he'd be happy considering that he moved up a few spots. But yeah,
I think he's not gonna be too happy at Cat with that little Cat Cake. Sorry, with that little touch, because it took any chance of him having a run at the line for that podium out of the equation, basically.
but Daniel Starks, yeah, great job from him.
Yeah, great drive.
Third in the sprint after doing the being on the harder medium compared to all the soft runners around him, and moved up a lot of spots at the last couple of laps. And then sort of forced into that early pit stop, but he got lucky with that second safety car. But even then, I think he still might have been right on those hards at the end because he had such a big gap on Mercy. So I think either way, Daniel Starr was looking good for the win, and he managed to capitalise it in P1, Mercy P2. That's more championship points, and if he's missing next week, he needed that buffer. Buster, great job, great lunge. That's the overtake of the week if there's anything
I think so.
for it,
I think so.
because that was a brilliant lunge. I don't think that caught Battle Cat napping, obviously. Toddy in P5, Liquid Jake, great recovery from him. P6, Marty B in P7, Quiet Cake P8 with that late touch. Yusuf in P9, Cali P10, A-Dog, Broseph, Medi, Don Moore, and Elaine Santa were your top 15 finishes. So all scoring points, and then Granny, Luke, and Swiss Lord were your 3 DNFs.
Yeah, unlucky for the DNFers, but what a race that was, of the fights all the way through both races. Fantastic.
It's just that sort of track that if you're in a battle of like 4 or 5 drivers, you can't exactly get away. And being that it is quite a lengthy straight down the back, you don't really see moves down the start finish straight, but the DRS helps you close in on the guy in front, and then you use the turn 6 exit through turn 7, and then just get the move done. But yeah, fantastic racing that we saw. It was clean for the most part, but yeah, great effort. As got to get Buster in here. Definitely got to have a chat to him, as we have got all 3. We'll have a chat to the third place Williams driver, Buster. Uh,
G'day, boys.
Great to be talking to you in the comms box, and what a last lap lunge that you put on Battle Cat to get you onto the podium. Well done.
Yeah, all fucking respect to him. Great racing up the Williams. That was a real sweaty race. I was saving a bit of battery, waiting for that switch back. All credit to Battle Cat, but we were giving each other hell of a race. Them 2 Red Bulls, it was just, they had the straight line speed. I had more of the cornering, maybe different aero setup, but overall, Williams points, that's what we're there for.
Oh, fantastic drive, man, and yeah, that's a lot of those battles all the way through. Yeah, what were you thinking strategy wise coming into the race? That's where I was getting with that.
Strategy wise, yeah, me and Danny will go and opposite to see. Just one of us would have to get a better result. You know what I mean? Going one starting on a different tyre, and then that early safety car. Danny going into the pits, I stayed out, and then we were both running out in the lead. And Mercy and all them came in, and I was planning to actually stay out to about lap 17, 18 and chuck on the softs. But that earlier safety car, lap 14, 15, the softs wouldn't have made it, so I just had to go with the hards, and yeah, they kept they were alright at the end. They weren't too bad. I think them soft runners died off a bit, but yeah, penalties, that was good. Just clean race, no penalties, and we get the results.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that was fantastic drive, and yeah, we did notice that, and we did notice that you managed to not cop too much of a double stack either when you did come in. So
yeah, I tried to stay back just about 2 seconds. Nothing, nothing
yeah.
reportable over the 3 seconds, but yeah, that 2 seconds we still got double stacked. I lost about a position or so, but Nonetheless, great points and great race to the podium getters, Mercy and Danny up the Williams.
Yeah, no, well done, mate. Great drive, and yeah, like Scotty said before, that last lap overtake on Battle Cat was fantastic, mate. Like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
pat yourself on the back for that one.
Cheers, boys. Cheers, boys. All respect to Battle Cat too. That was a great battle. Great battle.
He did drop in the chat before, nice overtake to you as well. So
Cheers, boys.
yeah, well done, and I think that's us on to P2 now, which is our championship leader in
Cheers,
Mercy.
boys.
Yeah, well done again, Buster.
Yeah, well done, Buster.
Cheers, boys.
But yeah, Mercy, as you were saying, great drive from you again. You sort of stuck with Daniel Star for a bit, but then fell off a little bit, I think, with just the fresh and medium tyres, just helping Daniel Star a little bit, but obviously clear of that battle for P3, which obviously helped you in the end. More good points with Marty down in P7, but little bit screwed with the safety car, a little bit, but
A little.
yeah, all right, massively, but you still came through for P2. But good pace. Obviously, your sprint didn't go the way that you wanted in terms of that pen, but good speed all around and more points for you. How was that one?
Yeah, we'll see. I will hopefully get that P1 in the sprint, but yeah, the penalty stuffed me with the start. I probably could have got 2 spots off the start, but we'll move on. Yeah, the race was looking good. I know the undercut's powerful. I did a practice race, so went in lap 11 or 12 or something for the undercut. It worked on Toddy when he stopped a lap later. Worked on Yusuf, although I think he had front wing. But yeah, Buster saying he's going to stay out that long on those old hards I don't think would have been the right call. He would have been behind all the guys that did box early because he would have lost so much time. So yeah, that safety car saved both Williams drivers, I think. So they always had the luck on them today. But yeah, those fresh mediums, Dan was just rapid. I couldn't get him. I burned on my battery and still lost him.
Yeah, well, we'll ask Daniel Star this when we get to him about if he was going to box again after pitting for those hards off those softs. But yeah, great drive. Obviously, yeah, as you said before, the undercut definitely was going to work. Did you think if he didn't stop again that you'd be able to catch those 20 seconds, or?
I'm not sure. I was hoping he would have to stop again, and based on the tyre wear that I had on my run, I think he was going to stop again, just because the tyre wear's quite high here. But, we'll never know, I guess. But yeah, full credit to Dan. He was rapid on those meds and just pulled away, and yeah, just sat in P2 and brought it home.
Yeah, well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, you are missing next week, I believe.
Yes, unfortunately.
So missing Netherlands, obviously. Not sure if that was a bit of a favourite of yours or not, but obviously Canada in 2 weeks' time. Sort of how you feeling about that, and hopefully don't lose too much of a lead, I'm imagining, in terms of points to Marty.
I hate Canada, so it's probably one of my worst up there with Brazil. I don't know why, but I'm just struggle for traction and the corners I just can't get right. But yeah, away next week, so hopefully Marty B and I think Battlecat don't get too many points on me. But yeah, should be a nice championship battle in the end, and hopefully it goes down to the last race.
Yeah, exactly. 4 rounds left to go. Obviously, you only raced 3, but yeah, big points haul from you tonight. Possibly even more with the penalty removal, but great drive, and yeah, we'll see you in a couple of weeks of Canada.
Cheers, boys, and congrats to Dan and Boston. If Williams would stop getting some good points, that'd be great.
Yeah, 100%. Gowie, you can take us through our chat with the P1, who drove a fantastic sprint and feature, you must say.
I mean, it was clinical, really. Like, just showed us the right way to do it. Also, well done, Mercy, on your P2. But yeah, Daniel Star, P1, mate. Congratulations. The obvious question I'm going to ask, as Scotty alluded to it with Mercy, was, were you planning the stop on after those hards? So I mean, as soon as that safety car came out, I did, and I saw you come in. I knew you'd have you wouldn't have too many bad laps on those mediums towards the back end of the race. So I won't really ask too much about that, because I mean you were really in your own race. So I mean, how'd you find the start? Like, getting through all those battles and the alternate strategy. Yeah, and great result to the Williams team. I said in the chat they can't hear you.
As we wait for Daniels. No, that's
There you
right.
go, boys. All good. Should
All good.
work.
Is that better, Buster? I think you were the one that pointed it out, so let us know.
My teammate.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that's another thing. Great team driving between you two. There was a moment there where we weren't sure whether you guys were actually going to make the switch, considering Buster was on the mediums and you're on the hards. So, obviously, you guys obviously in team chat together. Like, how it obviously chatting your way through the race. I lost the question that I was going to ask at the end of that. So, Scotty, you got one?
Oh, I just thought over your head. I was waiting for it, but obviously both yous obviously to the Williams. Not sure if you've been in the Williams the entire team, the entire
No.
season. Sorry, Buster obviously joining as well. So obviously both
Yep.
yous joined. Both yous joined mid-season. Obviously, the tier 2 championship probably out of reach for you, but Williams
Yeah.
overall obviously leading the way at the moment by about 40 points, depending on how tier 1 goes next week to catch up. But how you feel? How are you feeling? Obviously, with you two as a pairing, because you've been really strong. Luck probably hasn't been your way, especially probably in Hell Month. But
Yeah.
yeah, how are you feeling as a combination heading into the final 4 rounds?
Between us two or the whole team?
Probably probably you two. How are you feeling
Okay.
with
Yeah,
this
me and
in
Buster are
terms of this
strong.
tier 2?
Me and Buster are strong. We're good mates. Yeah, we just work as a team every week. So, doesn't matter who gets, like, just for example, who gets P1 or P2. We're happy for each other. So that's the main thing.
Yeah, and second, of course, and obviously second win for you. Obviously, first one as a reserve, but for second one with the team.
Yep.
Final four races, obviously Netherlands next week. Do you feel like you can go back to back? Are you strong at Netherlands or one of your weaker ones?
I don't think I'm going back to back, so I'll be happy to finish. Like, I think that's one of my weaker tracks, but I'll turn up and try and maybe do a bit more practice than this week. So
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, great job once again. Third in the sprint, and then obviously winning the feature. Fantastic for you, fantastic for Williams, and yeah, hopefully we can see you on the podium before the season's out.
yeah, appreciate it, boys. Thank you.
Yeah, well done. Great drive as well. Oh, excuse me.
Oh, and that's got to about wrap us up.
Yeah, what a race that was. Really, like all through, very clean.
Yeah, plenty of side-by-side action, and just I know some people aren't massive fans of France, but just provides some fantastic action, especially with the DRS and when you have a close battle between 3-4 cars and they're all swapping positions. And as I said, move of the race, obviously that lunge on that last lap at turn 11 to seal a podium position. As I said, it doesn't get any better than that.
Yeah, nah, that's it. It was yeah, nah. I mean, unlucky for Toddy and Liquid Jake with the penalties to drop them out of the podiums. Liquid Jake was rapid on those old softs, so think Mercy might be cheering a little bit because of that penalty. Maybe Jake pulled out a little on the last lap, but yeah, nah, great race. Uh, uh, any of the tier 2 guys, if you're watching this back, you all should pat yourselves on the back because that was a great call. Great race, too cool, I should say.
Yeah, 100%. So I think we'll end it there because we've got about 15 minutes till Vegas quali. So hopefully nothing goes completely wrong and the track doesn't fall apart. But thanks for having me, Gobby. I was probably going to let you talk a lot more than probably what I did. So I think my voice is going to be stuffed after tomorrow morning. But yeah, fantastic to call with you once again, and yeah, going to be fantastic final 4 rounds for Tier 2.
Yeah, much appreciated, man. Thank you for jumping in. And yeah, no, I think I left you to talk a little bit more than I wanted to leave you to talk. But you know, hopefully your voice gets better soon, and we can hear those beautiful pipes across our Twitch airways soon.
Yeah, fingers crossed. But obviously unusual now because no Tier 1 tomorrow due to obviously the real life race. So that's going to be it for the racing for Inters this week. Double header for Tier 1 next week, but obviously our next round, Tier 3, Friday night at Netherlands. So it's going to be an interesting race, obviously. How are you feeling at Zandvoort?
Good. I'm looking forward to this race. I think this could be another good fight for some good points. And you know, just to make you a little bit happier, it's one of the tracks that I get less penalties on, so
Yeah, well,
might be even better.
that'd be nice. I tuned in at the end to see 11 seconds worth of penalties for you, but that's just nature of France. But yeah, fingers crossed and good luck to everybody racing next week at Zandvoort.
Yeah, thank you for joining me, and thank you for joining us, the viewers, and we'll see you all next week.